Hello and welcome to another episode of Farming Simulator 25. But as you can see, guys, we are off to the dairy with the milk. Our dairy has run dry once again, and I mean completely and utterly run dry. Absolutely nothing in there. Let's have a look. What have we got here? We've got 2,500 litres at least of wool, so that's not too bad. Obviously, we paid our payment for the tractor. As you can see, the Ford is working well in the field. A couple of little things to do really in today's episode. We've got to start work on our grass field, and we've kind of got to decide what we're planting in this field, because to be quite honest, I don't think I'm gonna do anything with it over winter. Yeah, I'm actually thinking of putting soybeans in it, and I don't think you can put soybeans in till spring. But it's not the end of the world if it stays empty. It gives us time to get it limed. It gives us time to do it just gives us time to prepare the field. I was umming and ahhing about putting like a wheat or a barley in. But what I've decided is I'm not going to sell either wheat or barley. We've got wheat and barley in the silo. I'm not going to sell one of them, which means this year we don't need to plant a wheat or a barley. That's the plan anyway. So I'm definitely thinking of doing that. We have a pallet, and I've come here with the wrong tractor. If I'd have come here with the Massey, I could have taken that pallet of milk back. That looks like a pallet of milk anyway. Yes, it is. It's a pallet of milk. So yeah, that kind of sucks. I could have brought it back. Like I say, there's another couple of grand in the bank. But yeah, we need to plough our crop field, the one we were harvesting in the last couple of episodes. But again, we can't plough that until the Ford's finished in our new field. So we're kind of like in a bit of a catch-22 right now, because we need the plough, but the plough's not quite finished. But as you can see, he is looking like he's almost done. He's in this field somewhere. I can't see him with the lights on, but he's somewhere in this field. Yeah, as you can see there, he's on his final headland, so that's not too bad. By the time we get back to the farm with this, he should be back to do our field. We will be working on... yeah, he has got the lights on, just not close enough for it to notice. That's a shame. Would have just looked nice coming up that road with the lights on. But yeah, we'll drop this off and we'll have a look. Double check there's we've got to weed that field as well, but I don't think there's many weeds in it, to be honest. Looks like there's a couple, and that's about it. But it does need to be done with the sprayer as well. Looked in the shop as well today. There was nothing, I don't think, in the shop. Nope, nothing at all in the shop. I'm trying to get in the habit of looking in the shop before I press like that record button, just so I know what's there, so we can talk about it, and if not, we can kind of just forget about it. But I did look, and I still forgot. No. Did our chickens have no feed at all? Oh no, they've got a tiny little bit. So we've got to be prepared for that. But yeah, I am like I say, I am umming and ahhing really about not doing the we'll just finish this guy up. We'll just finish it off, it's fine. This is where we make a mess of it now and miss bits. If we get this field done now, like I say, it's going to need a lot of lime. Yeah, look at that. The lime is unreal. That's quite a bit under. Now this is going to take a lot of lime. These are the things that this month's going to kind of just keep us busy. I told you we were going to miss bits. We're not as neat as the worker, and that's kind of annoying. Yeah, we own this field, and if we put soybeans in it, that could be a massive, massive, massive income. I know it'll be a massive income. Soybeans has always kind of been one of them products on, and one of them crops on Farming Simulator that has been very good to plant. Mainly because when you use precision farming, you don't need any fertilizer, and that's going to save us a fortune. We might have to consider though a new roller. We are starting to get to that time now where rolling is going to be a slow job. The cotton is growing very nicely. Is that cotton ready to have? What contracts are there? Let's have a look. There is one ploughing contract. I was just thinking about maybe getting this field plough here, and then maybe getting the work up on a contract. We've got this grass field to work on today, guys. That's kind of what we're going to be doing, and we're going to be doing that. We'll put it with a few time lapses, hence why I'm just spending a little bit of time and doing a little bit of work basically in this field, like manually, because you know, once the time lapses start, we'll be doing a few. And this field is not going to take that long to do, to be honest. I forgot to lift the tool up. Yeah, as you can see, this is not going to take over long to do this field. You see, it's a good size plough considering right, sorry, my steering wheel started being really, really weird then, but that was really strange. Oh, I'll be so glad when I can get an upgraded wheel. I've had this one for quite a few years now. I didn't buy it brand new either, because I didn't know how I was going to feel playing the game with a steering wheel. The wife did kind of get me as a birthday, but it wasn't new. But at the time, we were fine with that because, like I said, I didn't want to spend a load on a wheel and then not really enjoy using one kind of thing. Now I know that sounds a bit silly, but honestly, yeah. You spent like all your life playing controller, and it was kind of like, But yeah, it didn't take long to really, really enjoy the wheel, and I always said to the wife, you know, when it breaks, I'll get an upgraded one and stuff, and yeah, it's never really happened, but it's never broken until now, but it is still working, and I won't stop using it until it literally no longer works. Then the problem will be is if it breaks that badly, it might be a day or two with no video, because there's no way I'm playing this game with a controller. The steering wheel's got extra buttons, extra configs, the controller just couldn't get close to it. Now I'm not saying like controllers are bad about like that, you know, what I'm saying is it's just like my config for like my controls and stuff just wouldn't meet up on a controller, that's all. And then I'd end up pressing lots of wrong buttons, and let's be honest guys, if you've watched this series long enough, you already know I pressed the wrong button quite a lot already. Why is this field taking so long to drive around here? If you're wondering why I don't pick the plough up guys, it's because I'm just also trying to not have the tyre marks in the ground. That's kind of why I do it. If I don't pick the tool up, I don't start putting tyre marks in. I know it doesn't really matter because the minute you plant it and you go over it with a roller, it gets rid of it. But yeah, it's just, when you're driving around, I don't like to look at the damaged floor or fields and stuff. But if I kind of just leave the plough down, it's just a personal aesthetic thing for me. Couple more goes like that though, and this field is gonna be done. And we can start on the grass field. Like I said, the mower's quite wide. we've got all winter to lime these fields. Oh, we're not really in a mad rush for it. We're not in a mad rush to really get this grass field done, because we've got October 1, we've got October 2. We've got loads of time to get this work done. We just want to get it into racking, because that's going to take a couple of months to turn into silage, and then obviously, yeah. I've got to remember I've still got those straw bales over there, and we need to possibly start looking at getting a tanker for the slurry. We have a lot, and I mean we have a lot of slurry, and I think it's about time we did invest in one. We just kind of we've got to make sure we don't miss payments on the tractors, because with the financing mod you can have your tractor repossessed on this, and we do not want to be losing our Ford. Granted, we've done 15 hours in it, you know, it is losing its value anyway, but we don't want to be having it repossessed. We use the Ford a lot, even if it just goes out and earns contract. See what I mean about if I do that now, lift it up, my field's damaged now. There we go. Oh, lovely jubbly. I think I missed a little bit there, but that is fine. We're not really worried about that. And then we've got this little bit just at the top there. Yeah, this earned us quite a good amount of money considering how small this field is. I am very, very impressed with the carrots that come out of this field. I'd like to send him off to a contract, but I kind of don't want to keep making too much easy money. We've got bigger fields now. So if we were to go in the shop and look at slurry tankers. So we've got 11 meters wide. It only holds 8,000. 8,000, 15 meters wide. 16,000. See, that's what I like. That's a good size little tanker, is that? But it's £44,000, and that's where our problem is. We could technically afford this. But I'm just thinking about yeah, I'm just thinking about the how full it is. It doesn't say on there. There's one thing though, guys. We are running out of silage in there. We are down to our final bit, so we will have to get our bales in there as well at some point. But this is where the main work on this episode comes in today. We have to crack on. You need to unfold this tool first. I pressed the wrong button. Yeah, this looks like it's full. Slurry is 100,000 litres exactly, so that is full. There is no more, yeah, there's no more room in there. Toggle work load, so we're going to go on to stuff. That's got a built-in stump grinder and a destroyer and a mower. Wathing mower, that's what we want. Wathing mower. So what we're going to do now, we're just going to do this, and we're going to start on the cutting really. I think we'll get like a headland done. I think that'll be a good place to be. We want to try and get as much on the excess of the field as we can. That's nice. Get rid of some of that there. Get rid of these bushes. That's because of the real mower mod. There we go. So if we drive on the edge of the field, we know that's going to go off there. The swath is on our field, so we can get to the swath. and it's just a little bit extra. Now, it's not the best grass in the world that's not on the field itself, you know, like the meadowy default grass, but it works and we can use it. If we can get an extra couple of bales out of it, it's worth it. Now we've got to be careful up here, guys, because this is where the fence is very, very close to the there it was. I always seem to catch it. I just couldn't seem to press the brake hard enough. Right, then we'll go back up there, we'll catch some of that extra grass, we'll get rid of some of these crappy little bushes that we don't like. And there we go, that is one headland done. So what we'll do is, I think we'll get a second headland done before we start going up in the road. Just give us a little bit of like turning space really. But this is where we'll get the radio turned on, guys, and we'll get this field done as quickly as we can. See, that did not take that long at all. Final bit to do. I'll drive that down the middle. This probably is going to take a little while to bale though. Could really start doing with square bales, and we've still got to rent a wrapper though, haven't we? That's the thing. It works. I know there's been some new mods come out, and I know I have been getting them as and when they come out. I don't mind doing grass contracts. They are very chill to do. Let me just have a little look on the grass wrapper. Yeah, we've got the Euro milk that it only does round bales. Our problem is we're still making 125 bales. That's our biggest problem. We really need to be making like 150 bales. That's what we should be making by now. We should be making those, or we should at least be making, you know, bale a wrapper in one. At least then we, you know, it can just, we don't have to keep stopping. It'll automatically just drop. So yeah, we maybe need to start looking at this, which is going to be about £102,000. But we also keep trying to grow the farm as well. We're not really able to get all this done at the same time. You know, it's a lot of money to lay out, basically. Where is our baler? There is our baler. There she is. There she is. Right. Oh, we might need some more bale wrap as well. Or net wrap, or what. Bit brown bale, net, and yeah. Same thing. Same thing. Get that down there. We're going to get that onto there, and let's see how we're going to do with this. So I like to leave that little menu up when we do it. We made 196 bales up to now. Is there a way to bale counter reset? I might not have it on this. There we go. Control and X. I kind of just wanted to see how many bales we get off this field. We still get the total. I do want to get in a habit of doing that. Oh, we do not have automatic drop on. Yeah, 3,500 per bale when it comes to grass and turning it into silage. It's not a lot. Sorry, just coughing my guts up there. Once again, I am being plagued by the weather at the moment. It's driving me insane. Actually, the changes in weather, and it plays havoc with my. To be honest, it plays just havoc with my breathing in general. But then when you get that congested feeling, it is just horrible. Yeah, as you can see, we've got this here. We've dropped a few bales now. So what we'll do is we'll spend the next couple of minutes making some bales up, and yeah, let's just see how far we can get. It's definitely not going to be something we get done and finished in this episode, though. By the time we've wrapped them as well. We're about halfway really, and yeah, just imagine what it'd be if we were wrapping these as we were going. This field would be done just so much quicker. We might need to next year try and get an extra cut of silage. If we could get that extra cut of silage out of these fields and just to sell, oh my god, yeah, the income would be brilliant. It might even buy the machine, but I have enjoyed just doing the grass field once a year. Now, when we used to play on the FS22, we used to do a lot of grass and stuff. And like I say, I am working on another series coming for probably on a weekend, and it's going to kind of be grass based and cow based and stuff. So, you know, there will be a lot of grass cutting and things like that. But it's not really going to be one of those episodes that, or series that, you know, it's not going to go on forever. It's just going to be like a little mini series kind of thing, because it's only going to be like a teeny tiny cow farm with no else really on it. You know, you're not going to be able to do like the contracts, because obviously, you know, on the Oak Ridge the fields are just massive, and when you've only got little baby equipment for your small holding and stuff, it's, yeah, it makes it a bit impossible to go cut like a 50 acre field with like a 2 metre plough kind of thing, you know what I mean? Things like that. And we won't be buying any more land. The land we start with is the land that we'll own for the series. But it's just going to kind of be a little bit cow series and see what we can do with that. I did notice Maypole did get released, but I am trying to stay away from Maypole as a map, just because we used to live stream Maypole about 8 hours a day when 22 came out, and Maypole was, I don't even want to say it was first released, because I had the pleasure of help finding issues with it when Maypole first came out on 22. So I'm trying to avoid that one, just because we've already played it a lot, and I don't want to like build a channel with the same maps every 3 years. Hence why I've kind of come down to this French map, because I didn't play this map in 22. That was kind of the idea really. I do think we will get all this built today, and it'll be a good end point really. I didn't think we would actually get it all built today, but it hasn't taken as long as I thought. That's not it's not a bad thing. I just want to point that out there, guys. It's not a bad thing. We are definitely going to come out with less grass bales than usual. But we've made 28 bales already though. That's crazy. Times 3,500 litres. That is 70,000 litres is 20 bales. Wow. 100,000 litres. If we get to 30 bales, which we're going to get to 30 bales. Jesus. There's bale 29 already. Yeah, I could have maybe stayed in time lapse a little bit longer and kind of just had a little chat towards the end afterwards. I didn't. That is it. That is all we've got left on this field to do in today. But yeah, we definitely need to start looking at a baler wrapper. But you know, £100,000. That's going to be a lot of money, and I don't really think we're going to be able to get it. Not anytime soon. I'm not really sure how long this series has left. Like I say, I'm really struggling at the moment for another map. I've got like a little, like I say, a little mini series on Oak Ridge small holding map. That's more just like a couple of days a week kind of thing. I want to do like a survival series where we just start with like a car and a chainsaw. And looking into those kind of maps, there's a couple, but I can't say they have many trees, and the problem is you've got to have a lot of trees to start that kind of series, otherwise you kind of, yeah, if you run out of trees and you've got no money to buy anything, you kind of screwed a little bit. So yeah, if anyone can kind of help me and push me point me in a direction of one of those style maps, I would appreciate it. I say start with a chainsaw and see what we can build with absolutely nothing in it. You could technically do it on this map in theory, because you could just buy one of the forest land. But I don't want. I want it to be completely no contracts, no nothing, just openness and tree. And then you know, gotta buy the land, buy the equipment, and away we go. Right, so we have made 30. Well, this is 34 bales. Wow, that's. Is this going to give us another bale? I don't think it is. We can drop the bale, but it's not going to actually give us a full bale. It is over 50% though. Right, let's unload that bale early. Beautiful, there we go. And we didn't actually run out of round bale net either. We did manage to just do that. So yeah, in the next episode, guys, we will be wrapping those bales. We do need to get the cows fed as well. So what I'll probably do off recording is I'll probably just pop the bales out so that it kind of reminds me in the next episode to feed the cows, just to clear out the old silage bales really. I'm going to park that into there like that. Done a very bad job of that. Yeah, I can even do it on recording. It's not the end of the world. The idea is if we do that, we've got silage bales, we've got 9 round silage bales there, and that is it. That is all we've got. Less than 35,000 litres of silage left. So that's kind of why we need to be getting on with these into the next episode. What have we got down here? We've got nearly a pallet of fabric coming. Just looking at these. Reproduction, nope. Puberty, they're nearly at puberty age. They're nowhere near. They're going to be exactly the same. Kind of just seeing how we're going here, guys. We have got some more baby sheep today, though, guys. That is crazy. We've not had to feed them once. This is fantastic. This is why I like the sheep. Oh. Have we hit limit? Have we hit the limit for our sheep? Sorry, I'm just sneezing. And we hit the limit, because it's funny how we have hit the limit for sheep. There we go. 1, 2, 3.5 pallets of wool. Yeah, we have hit the limit for sheep. I was just trying to wonder then, like, well, we've got 1 of those, we've got 10 of those, we've got 10 of those, and obviously none of those at a 0 month. So yeah, we have hit the limit. Our sheep field is full. That is fantastic, to be honest. That is absolutely brilliant. But thank you so much for watching this episode, guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed it, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye for now.